say, do you see any chance that Learner Tien finds a way to win against offensive opponents, e.g. Fonseca, Arnaldi, Sonego, etc.? And how long will it take him to adjust to these playing styles? Tien, of course, lost to Arnaldi and Sonego in recent weeks leading up to Acapulco, where he actually got a very nice win against the world number one, effectively at the moment, of course, with Sinner's absence due to, obviously, the ban that we've talked about. If you want to go and check that out, it's available wherever you get your podcasts. Yeah, he beats Zverev 3-4, I believe, just lost 7 games, and he is a very tactically smart player. Physically, like this question says, he's not as powerful, and against offensive opponents, he can get, bullied around the court, but against Zverev, who is, quite an aggressive player, but there's a clear weakness, and it's his forehand, and Tien absolutely attacked that forehand. He pummeled the Zverev forehand again and again and again, and it broke down very, very, very much. And that's why I think he's very tactically very astute. And he uses all the dimensions of the court. Obviously it's a lot smaller, so he of course uses different spins. That lefty angled forehand that he has as well. He's just a very clever. He's got a very high IQ on the court. He reads the game perfectly, and I think that's what's helped him get 2 very top wins. At the start of this year against Daniel Medvedev and Alexander Zverev. He's got excellent shot selection, and tactically, he's probably one of the best players that we've seen. Physically, his serve is weak. It's not strong. It's weaker than a lot of the players on the tour. And he relies on his tactics and relies on his, shot selection, which is just pretty much one of the best I've seen. And he's a fun and exciting and interesting player to watch because he's definitely an alternative, player to your average players like Fonseca, Sinner, Alcaraz, who are probably the future big 3 coming through, if I can use that word there. But yeah, so I think Tien, I think he will, of course, win against offensive players. He's clever enough to be able to change his game around to adjust to those more aggressive, offensive game styles. So in answer to that question, I think, yeah, he definitely will adjust these game styles, and I think he probably has already.
Yeah, that is a definite great answer, because I feel like just even more with experience, because he's still young. I think he still has a lot to learn. He's definitely one of the smartest players on court. Just watching him, how he's technically and tactically so well, just moving the opponents, as you said, using his lefty forehand to push them off the court, moving inside, squeezing them, just taking their time away, especially from someone like Zverev, who has those long levers that can really just pound the ball really extremely hard. But yeah, from Tien, it's a really good standpoint and a good start, especially for winning a tournament like this in Acapulco. It really sets him up for tournaments like Indian Wells, and then hopefully he can do well in slams as well, which will obviously have so many more chances to play offensive players like Zverev, Sinner, Alcaraz, Fonseca, these type of guys. So yeah, all in all, answering that question, I definitely think Tien has a very good opportunity and will keep continuing to beat players like Zverev, because it's not only the way you play physically, it's also mentally as well, because these guys, they can all hit the ball, hard, they can all play an extremely good game whenever they can, but sometimes on the day, if you're not feeling mentally there, or your 8 out of 10 is not as good as someone's 6 out of 10, I just feel like once your level drops and they stay the same or even start to increase, the tides can switch in a match literally so fast. In a blink of an eye, you can be losing just a break or something, which is literally what happened in this match. It was a short match against Tien and Zverev. It was only an hour and 28 minutes, so not even an hour and a half. And for it to be 3-4, essentially, is just 2 breaks, which Tien did get. The only 2. No, actually, he got 3. He got three converted out of 6 break points. 3 converted, 50%, which is a very good stat in the difference to Zverev, where he only got 3 chances to break and only broken once. So yeah, that just shows how tight it can be in those specific moments, and obviously mentally it helps a lot if you can win at those important times. So yeah, props to Tien, and I definitely agree with your statement there, Nick. I think he can and probably has already beaten these offensive players.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see him up against, a Fonseca, Alcaraz, Sinner, because I think he's probably tactically, as I say, probably more, developed than them. But obviously, Fonseca and Alcaraz, Sinner, those players are definitely more physically developed and more kind of powerful and aggressive. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that unfolds because he definitely is a he's proven already just in this season he's a player that's going to be around the top of the level for a long time. He's playing Mariano Navone in Indian Wells, who's not a very aggressive player and not a great hard courter, so it's a good opportunity for him to get into the second round of a Masters 1000 event.